Good morning, welcome to my channel. We're going to try and make this cover today, this gold cover. Now, I've run out of textured paste, so what I'm going to be doing is making some because I got none left. I've got some light moulding paste, but it's too thick. But I was use this one, but I do make my own. So we're going to make it in, I was going to make it in this, but I decided I will make it in the moulding paste. So we need, to make the moulding paste, we need 1/4 cup corn flour. A lot of you will have this in your pantry. As you know, with the coronavirus, a lot of us can't go shopping. We're stuck at home. I'm unfortunately one of these people. So thank God I did stock up on this some time ago. Now, my recommendations are to keep staples for this sort of stuff, so it keeps you going for a few months if you're stuck at home. I'm using the clear textured gesso because I didn't make any, but we can make that as well. Actually, we might even do that. I'll see how we go. So what I need is 1/4 cup corn flour, 1 tablespoon of glue, and I just measure it that way, and I need white paint. And it's acrylic paint, ladies. I didn't think I'd be doing this, but I'd run out. And so we need 1 tablespoon. And as you see, I just not really worry about measurements. And a bit of water. Use your knife. And there you go. Oh, I've got textured. Now, if you feel that's too runny, use some more corn flour. I only try and make up enough of what I can use. Now, let me think. What did I do with the packet? Yeah, because I need a little bit more. Please seal your lids when you make this stuff, because oopsie daisy, I'm making a mess. Welcome to my world of mess. But this is fun. When you make your own, textured pastes and stuff like that, it is fun. There you go. And I really stir mine up. I think it needs a little bit more because I want mine to go on a little bit chunky. That's still a little bit runny for my liking because I really like it to be textured. Hoping and I should have homemade gesso because I did make it. Oh, might have spilled too much. Oh no, that's right. Because I like it really textured. If I feel it's too runny, I normally add a little bit more of paint. I mean, too thick, I should say. And glue. Where's my white glue? I mean, my white paint. Sorry about this, but I did run out and I forgot. And I mix it well. And it just needs a tad of water. Now you can find these recipes clearly on Pinterest. So corn flour. I just buy the cheapest one. Yeah, that's good. And really, really give it a stir. Now, because we're being very conservative with what we use these days, and you haven't got too many wipes and all that, use a wet rag. Okay, my textured paste is ready. I'll see if I've got some gesso there. Because I use it quite a bit with some of my projects, the gesso, I do tend to run out of it. I clean my mess. Okie doke. I tell ya. So, what I'm going to check to see if we've got gesso. And I'm sure I've got gesso, but knowing me, I haven't sealed my lids. And look, my recommendations are, oh yeah, I got gesso. There you go. Homemade gesso is actually quite good. So my recommendations to start with your cover. I used file folders. Now, my recommendations are, this has been sealed one side already. This needs sealing. Paper towels. And again, you know, just for the sake of saving, use rags, because they can be easily washed. Now, when I've done these covers before, I've actually done them both sides. See how thick the gesso is? And you need that thickness. See, I use clear gesso with my last one. Why, I don't know. When I've got the homemade. But see how it paints on really well. So I'm going to finish painting this on because I am going to utilise and make more of these covers. So I might as well finish painting my gesso on it. And that's all I do, I just paint it on. And then make sure my brush is washed really well. And then you just wait for it to dry. Now I believe the white gesso is best for this. Only reason why it's a thicker consistency and got better coverage. And it's going to give you a lot of room to see, this is the clear gesso there, and this is the white gesso there. So you can see the difference. So, okay. I started filming yesterday when I had this knot in place. So we don't need the white gesso. So that can go in there. And let's seal this up because I do want to finish the other covers. Now, what I've done before in the past when I've made these type of covers, and I prefer gold ones, I have used file folders, but I've done both sides. But what I've done here is I've put tape in the middle, and I've scored and left an inch for my spine. I've never used this because it's not really the colours I want to use. It doesn't matter. So what we're going to do is we're going to get our knife. I use my knife for this. And I give it heaps. And then I will let this dry naturally. And I like it bumpy because I like the texture. I like the texture it gives. And believe you me, once you've got this on both sides, it is strong. But I only really like the gold covers. See the texture you're creating? All with your homemade textured paste. A lot of us aren't going to be able to afford to craft like we used to. Like I said, we're stuck at home. So if you got anything like this at home, Johnson's powder will do the trick as well. Plaster of Paris, but I found with plaster of Paris, I can only make up a batch at a time, use it up real quick, and not, I can't save it because it goes hard. That's what I found with plaster of Paris. So see how we're making sure all our edges are covered. So that's done. And then we just let that dry naturally. Or you can use a heat gun. I prefer not to use the heat gun on this because I believe it should dry from the bottom up. Okay. But do you like it? You can create with your knife. Just a normal kitchen knife. And if you want to be really artistic, you can do a G. That's my name. But I'm not. I'm going to adjust. But you can do what you like. You can use your stencils, ladies. You know, I prefer this. I love what the knife does. Just a good old kitchen knife. So, when you use this, make sure your bottles are wiped on the sides, because that's why my last lot of gesso got hard. So give it a good wipe. Oh, this is not gesso, moulding paste. That fell on it. We don't want that on it. Okay, let's set that aside. Now what we need is one that's already been done. Now I have not done that side because I'm going to fabric the inside of this. So we've done our moulding paste. And like I said, do them up tight once you've cleaned them. If you're like me though, you haven't got that strength. Right, clean our mess as much as possible. I've got a bit of plastic on here just to save on cleaning. I use the cheap PVA glue. I don't use expensive glues. Give them a good old wipe. Put them aside. Sorry, this is the way it is. No, I couldn't find my black paint that I had yesterday. So we're going to use brown paint. We're going to wash our brush really well. And it is. And we're going to find some paint, which I seen earlier. We might have to resort to making our own glues and that. And look, Pinterest is honestly ideal. So go on Pinterest, utilize that. YouTube, utilize that. Now, I need my paint. I need my paint. And it was here. Unless I moved it. And I just, that's all I do. Wet my brush a little bit so it gives me a little bit more movement. And then I paint. I'm not a media artist, by the way, but I've tried this and this actually worked for me. And I've done a beautiful gold cover. But I want this next cover not to be as... I'll probably make this next one really gold. But I've always used black paint. But brown's just as good. But you need a base. And I always use either black or brown. Let's put it that way. And just make sure the white is all filled in. And I love these covers. They are very strong. Once you build up that textured paste on them and gesso, they are very, very strong covers. The one I made quite some time ago, it was, what's the word I'm looking for? It was very gold, because I really wanted the gold. So there's our painted one. How cool. So we're going to move that aside, put the paintbrush in there because it needs a wash, and we'll find somewhere to put my brown cover. Okie dokie. And this is where you really need a bucket of water with a wet rag near you. Otherwise, you're going to use up your whites. And we're going to have to learn to be frugal for the next few months. But wet ones are easy if you got them. They really are. I buy cheap ones from the... we've got the Rejoice shop here, but you guys have got... what's it called? Dollar Tree. We haven't got Dollar Tree here. Or, well, we've got the Reject shop. It's like Dollar Tree. That's still usable, so we're going to keep it there. But what I'm going to do is wipe this down. Keep it dry. Yeah, there's one. This has just come from a parcel. I've gessoed there because I just wanted it gessoed. But see, that's painted black. Now, what I do here is very interesting. And I'm going to use this, my last cloth from the roll, to put my gold. Now, what did I do with my gold? Oh, I was organised for this, and I've attempted this 3 times. My son come to the door while I was videotaping yesterday, so I had to restart because I don't want to be doing 2 videos when I can put this down as one. But like I said, I want to create activity where when you're stuck at home, you've got something to do. Now, I'm just going to put it on my mat, and I'm just going to grab it as I need it. And this is all I do. And you can put it on as thick as you want. And what I would do is get these sides so that they're covered. I'm not worried about the inside because that will be, I can use my inks to cover where it's seen. And we're going to dry this off shortly, and I'll show you what else I do, because this one we want really gold. And believe you me, the strength in this is amazing. with the gesso and the... So we're going to dry this off because I want more gold. And you've seen my other one wasn't as gold. Like I said, I'm no mixed media artist by no means. Now, where's my gun? And dry it. Sorry about the noise. Okay, I want more gold because I want this one more gold than my other cover. And again, I'm using the same method as before, but I'm probably piling it on more now because I want more gold to reflect out of this. I don't mind if there's a bit of black, but I want to see more gold. Like I said, I'm no media artist, but this I do know how to do. And honestly, it's so strong because you're using all that paint. And I don't mind a bit of black poking through as long as I've got more gold consistency than I had with the other one. So just put it in. Okie dokie. I might put a tad more gold on that. This dries real quick with the glue, with the heat gun. Normally I would just naturally let it dry, but because for the filming, we are going to do it this way. Look at that fantastic gold. And the things you can do with these covers is amazing. Absolutely amazing. So, let's get it happening. I hope everything's fine. Beautiful rich gold. It's dry. Just give it another quick use. Now, to seal this, there's two ways. You either use your matte medium or varnish. I prefer varnish. Now, you need to clean your brush really well. Maybe have separate jars with separate brushes. I use the same brush. And then I make sure it's cleaned really well and dried well. Utilising what I threw in the bin so I don't keep wasting my... There. So I dried it well. This is so much fun. Painting your covers, and then, like I said, I'm using Liquitex matte varnish because I really like it. I put some in a jar. I always put a bit in a jar and I seal that as well. And then you just varnish it on. I mean, brush it on. Oh, dear, dear, dear. How can you stand to watch me sometimes? My English. But we've got to laugh, ladies. You know, laugh at ourselves and the silly little mistakes we might make on YouTube. Because, you know what? This is about having fun. And see how this varnish is drying really, really quick? But I might give it a bit of burst with the heat gun to dry it quicker. It's fantastic stuff. And I think, I believe you can make this up too. But if you haven't got it, you just use multi-medium, because that's what I use with the other cover. But I like the varnish better. Look at it. Wow. And I lather it on, meaning I make sure it's completely covered. So not so much lathering it on, just making sure it's completely covered, and you are going to create one heck of a cover. There you go. Seal it. This is water washable too, because I was able to do it with the last one. My heat gun. So much fun making these. And hold it higher, because it is varnish. See how it's drying? Now, I've stopped it, right, because I don't want it to blister my paint. That is nearly dry. But can you see how gold that one is? And that's the one I made yesterday. So I've got one with black coming through, and I've got that coming. See, it's drying as we speak. It's drying really well. So you can add more gold to this. Like I said, you can utilize your file folders. This has got the lumpy gesso on it. But yeah, just gesso away. You will make strong covers out of these, believe you me. If you gesso well. Gesso both sides. Make sure it's the white gesso. To make the gesso, I'll give you the recipe. Let me see. I'll save that link. Now, I want to search gesso, so you can make homemade gesso. Gesso. Okie dokie. Homemade gesso. What you need: a tablespoon of white acrylic paint, a 1/4 cup corn starch or baby powder, 1 teaspoon Elmer's school glue, tiny bit of water. Mix, keep tight in a jar. So if you make it, you can keep using this time and time again. If you look on your Pinterest, you will see how to make mixed media, baking soda, paper mache, plaster of Paris, baby powder, and then tutorials. So have fun, be creative, create with what you've got. Like I said, some of you are going to be stuck at home like I am. If you're stuck at home, there is ways and means around it. You can use Baby Johnson's powder instead of corn flour. You can use, what was the other thing? Baking soda. There's all sorts of things you can use for textured paste, homemade gesso, and you can make your own glues. How to make glue. Oops. Homemade glue. Search. There you go, homemade glue, only 2 ingredients. Here it all is. How to make glue. How to make homemade Goo Gone. Oh. Do you own Elmer's glue? 11 homemade recipes. So it's all here. How to make your own Mod Podge. Because if you haven't got the varnish, you can make Mod Podge. Empty glue into a bowl, fill bottle with water and add. Stir well and combine. You've made homemade Mod Podge. So there's a lot of links there on your Pinterest for all sorts of things that you might be restricted in getting. I'm hoping you have the ingredients. I'm hoping you like my tutorial. I will show you pictures of the covers I have made in the gold in the past. But that has dried. It's still got a little bit more drying, but that has dried tremendously. I can actually add more gold to that. Oh, well, I can't now since I've added the varnish. But this is, look, like I said, this is packaging. This come inside a box of whatever, and I kept it. and it already had the score mark, so I didn't even have to score this. My intentions are here to put fabric or scrapbooking paper. While we're stuck at home, let's use our stash. Let's use limited supplies tips. You know, these troubling times, we need to keep ourselves happy, and the majority of us can do that with the limited supplies we've got. Make sure to seal your jars well. Make sure you wash around the lids of them, and you'll be able to open them easy. Mark them what they are. I really like the paste I made. Here it is here, and it's drying. Like, it won't dry for a few hours. When the sun comes out, my intentions is to put it out there outside. I want to spread it to the end a bit. No, you know what? This is drying really, really well. I just wanted to make sure the ends were covered. But my intentions with this cover is to do both sides. See how the knife gives it that really nice texture? That's why I like using my knives. And they will wash. They will wash. So, ladies, don't stop yourself from junking. Let's learn new techniques and tips. Like I said, let's make these cupboards. Let's use our file folders. I mean, like I said, with this, I did use tape just to give me strength in my spine. And that's what I'll possibly do with my other one. These are just fantastic. They make brilliant covers. You can put a nameplate. I'll show you a picture of what I've done to my other cover. This one I really like, and I know what to be doing with it. This is actually an old Tim Holtz cover, and I wanted this for a journal that I'm making. It's solid. It's already got these in. All I need to do is just ink the edges. I want to do something to that black, because it's not going to be black marks. It'll be other marks. But this is ideal. I bought this so cheap, a couple of dollars. So I wasn't going to waste it. Now, there's a bit of white showing there. And you know what? It just adds character. It just adds character. This one's got no white showing, because I actually covered this one really well. So thank you, everybody. This only took about 38 minutes to do. And in that time, we actually made moulding paste, plus painted the cover, dried it, varnished it, all in one go. So we're doing really well. Thank you, everybody. Please stay safe. You're all in my thoughts and prayers. For those of us that are stuck at home, let's create and, you know, try and make each day as joyful as we can. And please take care, please, every one of you. Bye for now.